Hi everyone, it's Mr. Burns here, and I'm going to talk about the Unit 6 and 7 choice project, specifically choice or option C. So choice and option C involves two different parts, two smaller projects kind of put together, one on the executive, one on the judicial branch. And I would say it's probably geared towards people who are a little bit more artistic and a little bit more like to do things on paper, like to draw a color, and kind of express themselves that way. So choice C is over here on the right on slide 2 of your project. And you can see that you're going to do a rolls of the president flyer and a federal courts picture book. So flyer, you can use a template or you can do this on paper if you prefer. You're going to choose one of the 8 roles of the president, create a flyer that describes this role, and there is certain qualifications and certain things that you need to include. And then the second part is going to be the picture book. You're going to do a federal courts, about the Supreme Court and other federal courts, with text and illustrations. You're going to kind of create a story about how they were created or what they include or however you want to do it. It's up to you. So that's going to be the 2 parts for choice C. Let's go to slide 3 here. On slide 3, you can see the different dates that are important of when it's introduced in our library research day. In-class work time throughout the project, and then the due date of the project, noticing the 2 notes below that. I'll have you read those to yourself. They're very important. You can pause this as many times as you need to and whenever you need to. All right, let's scroll down to slide 9 and 10. And on slide 9 and 10, you're going to see that this is the advertisement flyer. And what you'll see here is there is a digital template available, and I will show you that. But you're going to focus on one of the 8 roles of the president: chief executive, chief legislator, commander-in-chief, chief diplomat, chief of party, chief of state, chief citizen, or economic leader. Those are your 8 roles. And what it needs to include is the title at the top, the definition, a couple of examples with images and captions, and an analysis of why this is an important role of the president. Why do you think that, kind of describe your opinion as to why this is an important role of the president? This is what the template looks like. So you can see I put the name here. You would replace this. You would include the definition in this yellow box. 2 presidents along with a caption for each image that you add, and then that personal analysis. That would be your role. You can do this in your own format on paper if you want, or you can use this template, whichever you prefer. If you use a template, make sure you share it with me. When you share something with me, my email is jrburns@fcpsschools.net. Okay, so once you do that and turn that part in, the second part is the federal courts picture book. And again, this is 100% done on paper. There is no digital option. What it must include is a minimum of 8 pages. So that means 2 pieces of white computer paper folded in half and put together into a book. Because if you fold 2 pages in half, each page, when you fold in half, front, back, it's 4. So that's 8 is the minimum. 1 being a title page, 7 being the story, if you will. It could be longer if you need it to be. Writing in a storytelling format using creative elements, but it must be based on our notes and factual information. Remember, this is focusing just on the Supreme Court and the U.S. appeals and district courts, and kind of what their jurisdictions are and what kind of cases might be heard in each court, and what are some types of information maybe you talk about judicial review and Marbury versus Madison in your book. But these are all going to be every page should include text and colored visuals and pictures. It must include all this information here listed in the bold bullets there. You're going to talk about the responsibility of the branch and how they're organized, and checks and balances is a good thing to talk about. Other factual information that we talked about, who's serving on the Supreme Court currently, and things of that nature. Okay, so this is going to be the second part. So you have to do the flyer and you have to do this part to get credit, because they're 2 kind of smaller projects. They're not as in-depth, they're not as research-based as the first 2. All right, your rubric looks like this for this project. Again, here's your rubric. This is shared with you as well. You can see the things I'm looking for: communication skills, general organization, works cited, accurate use of vocab and context, completes project components, and well-supported opinion or argument. So there's the rubric is a 48-point project. All right, if you have any questions, you can, let me know. You can, anything that you share, do digitally, make sure you share with me. And again, my email is at the bottom of slide 2 if you need it. And again, turn these in by the due date, and make sure that you kind of complete this in a timely manner, because you don't want this dragging on throughout the fourth quarter. All right, thank you. Let me know if you have questions, and I appreciate you watching the video.